Welcome to All Things Moore County, Moore County's weekly radio show highlighting the many facets of the Sandhills. That includes real estate, lifestyle, community and neighborhoods. And now, from 4 Properties, here's your host, Bill Sahadi.
Good morning and welcome to the talk show, All Things Moore County. Dorothy, it seems like 6 weeks ago we did a show, Thanksgiving week, where we had a group of students on.
Yep.
And I love this time of the year. I love Thanksgiving week. It kind of pivots us right into the holiday season.
It's like a slingshot.
Yeah, and it's just, we're starting to feel it. The weather's getting colder.
Finally, yes.
Events are popping up all over the place. No small coincidence. We are back today in the first half of our show with the Encore Center. They have to be one of the busiest organizations in Moore County. I don't know how they do it. They were just on a few weeks ago talking about the Hound of the Baskervilles. Becky was here, and you brought some cast members for an upcoming production, the Sanders Family Christmas. And there's a tie-in to another show that you had done with the same family in a different format.
Yes. We did Smoke on the Mountain a few years ago.
That's it.
And the Sanders family is back in their Christmas show, Sanders Family Christmas. And this is a bluegrass gospel group, and it's set in North Carolina. It's set in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina on Christmas Eve in 1941. And it's just full of beautiful music and just a great holiday uplifting show.
You've brought with you the director to your left, James Wheeler. You brought Kaitlin Mitchum, who played Denise Sanders.
Yes, sir.
And you were in that first production?
Yes, sir, I was.
How was that?
It was incredible. It was my first experience with any type of theater. And I loved it. And so I came back.
Okay. And to your left, Stephen Cain, Bert Sanders. This is also not your first set. You were in that production as well.
I was in Smoke on the Mountain as well.
Yeah.
And this musical, Smoke on the Mountain and Sanders Family Christmas, are uniquely challenging.
Yeah.
In that all the characters act, they all sing, and they all play the music.
Right.
And we're on stage the entire time.
Is that right?
It's a really demanding musical, which makes it more rewarding.
Well, the show is going to, you're doing 2 weekends from December the 2nd through December 11th. You're just now getting the word out about the production. I know that time period in Moore County is busy with Christmas events, and you're going to have a matinee on the Sundays.
Yes, we have our shows are on Friday night at 7:30, and then Saturdays at 2 and 7:30, and Sundays at 2.
This is exciting for you because you've had success with the previous show.
Yes.
It's a feel-good, as you had said. It's a musical. It's acting. And from what I understand, this young lady sitting to your right, Stephen, pretty talented young lady.
I think so.
Yeah. How did you I have to ask you real quick, how did you get involved with the Encore Center?
My mother has a friend who works with the Arts Council.
Okay.
And I was homeschooled growing up.
Okay.
So my mother's friend reached out and asked if she could talk to the homeschool community about finding a 16-year-old fiddle player.
So, but you play the fiddle, you sing,
Yes, sir.
and you act.
I try my best.
I have a
She
feel
does a great job.
She does a great
She's
job.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yes,
she does. Yeah.
She's amazing.
James, you are directing the
Yeah.
production.
Yep.
Tell me about what this production means to you and where it fits into the feel-good nature of the holiday season.
I think the best thing was Becky reached out to me while we were working on Bye Bye Birdie and said, hey, would you be willing to direct the show? And I said, absolutely. And the main focus I've had coming into this, and I've told all my actors this, is that we are trying to make the audience feel like they are a part of the show. The show is set in a church, as Becky said, in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, and the audience is the congregation. So there is a lot of talking to the audience. There's a lot of engaging with the audience. So that to me brings that feel-good energy, and all of the performers on stage have done a fantastic job of making these characters real, likable, charismatic people. And I think that will just make the audience feel the same as they sit there.
There's a goodness about all the participants in the Sanders family
Yes.
that comes out that is consistent with the spirit of the holiday season. Not just that they're likable, but they're heartfelt.
Yes, there is no villain of this show. There is no plot that involves an arc that we either take down or turn the villain to our side. Everybody is here for the cause of family and connection.
Okay.
I'd like to add, though, there is
Please.
humor. It's
Yes.
feel good, but there's a lot of really clever, funny. It's a funny circumstance family, so there's a lot of great feel good humor, but there should be a lot of good laughing moments too.
So if you're all interacting at the same time on the stage, and you're there throughout the entire production, the art of timing becomes very important, does it not? And in order to do that, the relationships amongst the participants, you all have to be on the same page.
Yeah, and I think it's mostly all the same cast that we had in Smoke on the Mountain.
Okay.
So we have a bit of a head start where we already know each other as characters, and some of that is just happening naturally, I think.
Good chemistry.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been phenomenal. I haven't had to do much coaching on the director end in terms of getting them to react to things that are happening while they're not in the scene, so to speak.
Right.
They all look like they have individual relationships, even when they're not talking to each other.
Yeah. Kaitlin, this is your third production?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about, on a 10-point scale, where your confidence level is going into this production. 9, 10, or 11?
Going into this production, I think it's still a little bit early to see.
Okay.
But I definitely am very comfortable with the relationships that we do have on stage, and all of my castmates.
They all support you
They do.
in your role.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the Encore Center has provided you with a platform that. Did you ever think that it would be put in front of you this way?
No, sir. I never expected to be on a stage.
You enjoy it.
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. One of the nicest things about, and consistent with the show and the good feelings of the characters, is, Becky, the association that the Encore Center has with Christmas for More. I'd love you to talk about that, because it's
Yes.
a great organization.
Yes, we decided for this season that we were going to, for each show, partner with another nonprofit in the area to support them as well, because we believe that we don't just want to keep everything inside our walls, but also be a giving to our community. So we decided for our Christmas show to partner with Christmas for More, and so we are doing throughout our production a toy drive and gift card drive. So we are asking that our patrons bring a new toy or a grocery gift card when they come to the show to be given to Christmas for More.
They have, this year, I understand from the organizers, they still have a tremendous need for sponsors.
Yes.
And basically, a sponsor is somebody who would volunteer to work with the family to provide them with a gift card. And the people who sign up and who get vetted by the Christmas for More people will make a list of requests of the things that they want for their children and the families in need. But interestingly enough, they're talking about sometimes necessities as
Right.
opposed to wants. They're talking about needs. So you sign up. I've been doing it with them for at least 10 years, and it's very gratifying because you get to deliver the gift card to the head of the household. You get to have an eyeball to eyeball, a conversation, and they're so grateful. But this year, the need seems greater than it has in the last couple.
Yes. I think last year they had said that they helped over 500 families, and this year there was even more. So, yeah, we definitely want to help out anybody we can in the community.
So there will be, it's not too late for somebody to adopt a family and
Right.
sponsor a family.
Correct.
So this is going to go a long way towards helping maybe getting some more sponsors. it's just a great organization, and you're smart. Encore Center is smart to piggyback the way they have with other organizations in the community, because now the Encore Center has become part of the fabric of Moore County in a very short period of time.
Yes.
And you are the manager, the company manager of the Encore Center.
Yes.
But this was not what you set out to do in your life.
No. No.
How did you get from where you were to where you are today?
Oh, that's quite a journey. I was an OB nurse for 23 years.
Yeah.
And then decided that healthcare was just not for me anymore.
But the organizational skills that she brings to the table is no different than what a nurse would do.
Anytime
It's
I have a
amazing.
headache, it's Becky, do you got an ibuprofen or anything? And
Yeah.
she's always got the pack ready. So
It's
yeah.
it's amazing how much nursing I've had to do still in the stage manager job. But whatever you do in life, you learn skills, and then you take those skills with you wherever you go. But then when Sarah was opening the theater and said, why don't you come work for me? And
Yeah.
I never dreamed I'd be here this long, but this is absolutely amazing. And I love creating the work that we do with these guys and, with every group that comes in to do each show. And then everything that we do for the community and to present and be part of a community. It has just been amazing and just more than I ever could have dreamed of.
Your daughter was part of the Encore Center, and she's
Yes.
off to college right
Yes.
now. When you have a young lady like Kaitlin, does it give you a special kind of joy to see a young lady's growth?
Absolutely. With my own daughter, I saw how the theater was a family. And to see other children come up through our programs
Right.
and see the family that they create with us,
Right.
it's really amazing.
Right.
It's just
Right.
great. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your character, Kaitlin.
Denise is something. She's just so sweet, and you can tell that she really loves her entire family so much, but she gets ideas, and she doesn't always think them through. Her brain is definitely still developing.
No filter?
And no filter.
Okay. It just says what's on your mind?
She absolutely does. She is very carefree, and it's a lot of fun to be able to be in her shoes for the entire month that we're working on this. I'm not typically like that, so it's a lot of fun to give myself permission.
You're not. But I think you are actually. I mean, you're very natural in doing this, I think.
Well, thank you.
Very much at ease, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Confidence.
Yeah. No, it's been from my end. It's been tweaks and fixes and how can we make this even a little bit better. But it's not like I teach 4th and 5th graders. It's not like working with a kid who's never done theater before. You would never tell.
Yeah, exactly. The hours for this production have to be very intense because of all the different levels of participation. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We rehearse most nights from 5:30 to 9:30, and on the weekends from 10 to 5 and 1 to 8, and all these people are putting in incredible work outside and making sure they're musically on top of it and everything. So I mean, they are putting in so much work and so much effort, and it really is showing every night in rehearsal.
You have so many productions going on. I don't know how you guys can pivot so quickly and then turn it around, because these productions are expensive to produce, but the cost of tickets are very reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's been one of our goals, is to keep arts affordable for everyone in the community.
Yeah.
So we strive very hard to keep our prices low so that anybody can come, and then also, we rely a lot on community sponsors to help us to afford the shows that we have, and we have lots of great volunteers that help get these productions up and running. We, like we had talked about in the past, we went straight from Baba Birdie right into Hound of the Baskervilles the next day,
Right.
and we turned around our stage the same day of the end of Hound of Baskervilles to Sanders Family Christmas. So it's just one right after the other, but it's just such a joy to bring these to the community.
Opening night is Friday, December the 2nd, the 7:30 show. And then you got a show that Saturday. Then you've got 2 on Sunday, a matinee at 2.
We have 2 on Saturday and
Oh,
1
you
on
have-
Sunday.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you have 2 on Saturday and 1 on Sunday.
Yes,
And that's just the first weekend.
correct.
Okay. Ticket ranges from $17 to $25.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about, real quick, the seating capacity, because it's such an intimate theater. You cannot
Yes.
get a bad seat.
Yes, we have 82. We were able to seat 82.
That's great.
And we have the 3 different levels. We try our best to keep, the seating where we can have good sight lines and that everybody can see. But like you said, it's so small that it's such a great space where there's not really a bad seat in the house.
Encore Center also has a history of reaching out to students in the different school systems to get them in sometimes for different types of pro bono type productions where you'll show them something just to expose those children to the arts.
And we are doing a student show. There are a few schools and homeschoolers that are coming. We're
Great.
going to do that on a Friday morning. So, it's really great to be able to offer that to the school system and different schools to have kids come and see that may not get to come, on the weekend to see a production.
What do you guys want people to walk away from after they see the show in terms of how they feel? You're promoting a lot of goodwill, bringing people. We need goodwill. We need people getting together. We need some good spirit these days.
I think the setting, as Becky said, it's Christmas Eve, 1941.
Yeah.
Which I think it's an interesting time for the audience to reflect where the country was at then,
Yeah.
and maybe apply some of those feelings to where we're at now. But certainly it will put you in the family Christmas mood to enter the holiday seasons. And I think that would be my thing, is to walk away from the theater with a little bit of lift in your step and gratitude and happiness and feeling of family for the holiday season.
There's a very strong feeling of nostalgia at the Christmas season. No matter how old you get to be, we all remember our family Christmases. We remember our parents, our siblings. And there's something that brings back those memories, regardless of where we are today. And it sounds like this production will help to stimulate that as you kickstart into Christmas.
As James said, he wants the audience to feel part of the congregation or be the congregation.
Right.
We end the musical with, 3 or 4 classic Christmas carols that I anticipate the audience will be singing with us and leave humming the songs.
Yeah. Some toe-tapping productions will be had. Okay. I wanted to just go back, if I could, for a second to Christmas for More. If people are interested in sponsoring a family, they can go to Christmas4more.org to get more information.
That's correct.
Right? And the people will get back in touch and maybe send them an application that they can fill out where they adopt a family. And it got to, with the first year I did it, I would go to the store like a nurse, and I would look at the list, and I would go to Walmart or Target or Kohl's and buy these little things for 3-year-olds. I was at a loss. I couldn't do it. So much stress. So we went out instead in subsequent years and got gift cards and let the head of the household make all those decisions. So much smarter. And I think they appreciate it a lot more as well. Have any of you been familiar with the Christmas for More organization prior to this?
Yes.
Yes.
The company I work for, the Brief Lab,
Yes.
that is our kind of annual charity.
Okay.
And last year we had our company Christmas party on a Thursday, and then next morning was the gift wrapping.
Right.
And all the employees, sat on a carpeted floor, and we wrapped presents and put them in the 3 or 4 family piles that we sponsored. So I'm familiar with it, and it's been fun to do as part of the company the last couple of years.
Yeah. So tickets go on sale. They're on sale now.
They're on sale.
Where can people go to get tickets, ticket information?
Yes. So EncoreCenter.net on our website. You can click right on there and it says purchase tickets, or you can call our box office at 910-725-0603. And it's very simple to get them online or call the box office and we can get that taken care of for you.
There's a reason why the Encore Center has won in the past so many awards for best school, best theater production. The center is something that it's not just the productions that you do. You have classes for training for students of all ages, and in a very short period of time, you guys have made a very significant imprint on the fabric of Moore County.
Thank you.
Good luck. Enjoy the Christmas production, Becky.
Thank you.
James, pleasure to meet you.
Yes, you as well. Thank you.
Kaitlin, you're going to knock them dead.
Thank you.
And Stephen, it's good to see you again. The Encore Center will be producing Sanders Family Christmas, December the 2nd through the 11th. If you haven't been there yet, put it on your calendar. It's a great facility, and the shows are intimate, and the audience gets touched. There's no anonymity in the Encore Center. Merry Christmas to all of you.
Merry Christmas
Merry
to
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you.
We'll be back in the second set. This is All Things Moore County. Welcome back to our second set of All Things Moore County. In keeping with the Christmas spirit, after speaking with the Encore Center and their upcoming production of A Sanders Family Christmas, which starts on the 2nd of December, I wanted to have Sam and Betty Glick, who come back and visit with us, who are the owners of GREYFOX Outdoor in Southern Pines off Morganton Rd, back on the show. I've gotten a chance to, had them on about 2 years ago, and have gotten a chance to work with them, see their gorgeous showroom. It's really eye-dropping, and I've had firsthand experience now to see what kind of, how they run their business and how they treat people and follow through, and they were nice enough to come back and talk to us. I wanted to, you've been in business now, this is your 4th or 5th year at GREYFOX Outdoor?
Yes.
Sam?
Coming up on 4.
Yeah.
Coming up on 4.
Up on 4.
And your showroom is, for people who haven't seen it, I know you've sent some pictures in, it's stunning. And your story is one that is after my heart, because it's a small business that you made a decision. You came from Pennsylvania. You wanted to start your business here, raise your family here, and what you built up is very impressive. The people I have spoken to in the community, where you've done outdoor hardscaping, you've done furnishings. I mean, your products are all about outdoor living.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about GREYFOX.
Yeah. So, like I said, we're on our 4th year. It kind of came about as a we wanted to get somewhere warmer. Growing up in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
the winters are a lot longer there, so that kind of sparked it. I always wanted to move somewhere south, a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
Took a little convincing with her, but we got there. So, and then knowing that there's nothing like this around here, like what we have, the poly furniture and the pavilions and play sets like that, that just kind of helped lead us into that industry. And I was in the playground industry before that, so that kind of helped.
There's a material that's out there, and I'm learning as I go, called poly lumber.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. to not mistake that with all the barrage of emails we get from these manufacturers, Hollywood, and all this, the quality of your merchandise is exceptional, and it's heavier. Tell me about poly lumber, what it is, because to a lot of people it's a new term. It didn't exist a few years ago.
Yeah, well, it's been around for a while.
Sure.
But it's just recently really, took off in the market. But it's recycled milk jugs. It's HDPE, high density polyethylene plastic,
See,
which
he's lost me already.
Which is it's found mostly in like milk jugs, soap bottles. It's a heavy duty plastic. So what they do is they grind that up and pelletize it. Then they run that through an extruder, and you can get all your dimensions, basically a standard dimension lumber, from a 1x1 all the way up to a 4x8 sheet, 1/2 inch thick. You can extrude it, and then it works just like wood. It's recycled. It's plastic. It won't rot out.
But when you talk and you say plastic, sometimes people will have a negative connotation for plastic, but its wearability and durability outdoors is like nothing can touch it.
Right, and that's where the high-density polyethylene is so much better than a lot of other plastics. It has a lot better wearability, and it's thick.
Yeah.
All the extrusions, it's really thick. So, and the colors, there's a lot of different colors. The colors the whole way through, so it's not like it won't turn into like a chalky white like some will.
Yeah.
Basically lasts forever.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for.
There's I looked at this beautiful chair and table set in your showroom, which you have beautifully displayed in a gazebo, which you also do.
We do.
Which was a great way to stage it. And so I went to pick up the chair. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And I said, if I'm purchasing something like that today, I guess I have to put it indoors. And you said, oh, no, you just leave it outside over the winter, that it will hold up and it will not deteriorate.
Right. Yeah, and it's designed to be outside all year round. It's stainless steel fasteners. The weather won't affect it. I mean, you could have a couple feet of snow on it. It wouldn't affect it at all.
That's crazy.
Not like we'll get that here, maybe.
And
but
it's got a 20-year warranty.
Yeah.
Is that right? So you have many different products in your showroom besides the poly lumber, but the mailboxes that you're doing, the umbrellas, the play sets for children. I mean, these are all exceptionally well built. It's like an adult walking into a game board when they come in your showroom.
Yeah.
And it's like they walk into a Monopoly game and they're actually playing with the parts that are on the chessboard or whatever. It's really beautiful.
Thank you very much. We get the comment all the time, almost weekly,
a
couple times a week actually, where people walk in and they're like, oh my gosh, what? We never knew this was here. What is this place?
That's right.
So we don't really have any road frontage. And that's probably our biggest struggle is people don't know we're there.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're right off off Bennett Street and Morganton Rd, and you're in the building. You're in almost like an industrial building, and you have just a doorway, but you walk in and there's this whole world that opens up. But it's a very innocuous exterior. Yeah. So over after Thanksgiving, you'll have a sale going on. You'll have it's a great opportunity for people to come in because of supply chain issues. Getting materials delivered on time. This is actually a great time of the year to look at things that you are considering for the spring and summer season. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of our lead times are still pretty far out to where, depending on what product you'd be looking for, you'd want to order it now to get it in the spring. Yeah. But for the most part, we have a lot of things in stock. Yeah. A lot of great Christmas items in stock, cast irons. We have a lot of patio furniture. And then playgrounds. those are pretty short lead time. We can get them in before Christmas yet if somebody would want to do a Christmas gift.
What about people who come in March? It's the first warm day of the year, and all of a sudden they're thinking about the outdoor environment or their pool or just, and they come in, but the deliveries may be set back where they're almost too late. They need to come in sooner to take a look, to plan ahead.
Yeah, and I would definitely recommend that. At least start looking in January, February at the latest.
Yeah.
Past couple years when the lead times were 8 months plus on some of the stuff, we had that a lot where people came in March hoping to have it.
Yeah, in
March, April.
Yeah, April of the following year.
Then now they're not getting it until November. But that has changed a good bit too.
So I spoke to Betty a couple of weeks ago. I saw a post that you made on social media, and I saw these beautiful mailboxes, right? So I called. I said, I need to do that. And so we talked, and she said, yeah, we're probably 6 to 8 weeks to get the delivery. And my attitude was, yeah, that's the way of the world these days. It didn't bother me. I had to just accept it. But people don't have to if they plan ahead.
Right.
And not everybody plans ahead. So Thanksgiving weekend would be a great time for people to come through and look. But you have other things. You have seasonal items, but there are a lot of other. You have fire pits.
We do, yeah.
They look. I mean, people here are outdoor. They want to be outdoors as many months of the year as they can. Yeah. What do the fire pits do? Because you set them up too, don't you?
We do, yeah. We do delivery. We offer delivery and installation of our products. Now, fire pits are pretty easy. You take them, you unbox them, and you set them in place. But everything that we offer is local delivery and installation is typically free, depending on how far out from our store. But yeah, so the fire pits, just kind of touch a little bit on the fire pits.
Yeah.
They're made in Lancaster. It's all U.S. made product. We have them in stainless steel too, so it's completely worry-free. But they're a smokeless design. They're from Brio. So basically the way it works is it works on a secondary combustion to where it'll actually burn off the smoke that's coming off the fire. So you get a lot less smoke from the fire pit.
Are these gas generated, propane?
The Brios are not. They're wood burning.
Oh, they're wood burning.
The other one, we do have another line that are propane.
Okay.
If somebody wants something just really easy to light.
Okay. I would think that when you get families coming in with kids, the kids separate from their mom and their dad, and they're all over the place because there's some beautiful swing sets or ensembles that can certainly go into a backyard.
Yeah.
Have you done a lot of promoting of some of your seasonal events, or do you rely a lot on word of mouth plus some social media?
We do a good bit of advertising, other than we do some local magazines, some web advertising, but a lot of it is word of mouth.
Yeah.
Just referrals from existing customers. Obviously, I mean, that's the best referral anyway. But we try to do our best to treat our customers as good as we can. That way, they can be a good referral for
and
us.
In addition to the items that you sell, you also design backyards. You design pool environments from beginning to end.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, it's not something we get into a whole lot, but
Not yet.
we do. We have helped with design on some projects already. But yeah.
We've now got 2 employees as well, so we've got more hands in and
Right.
more people to help as business grows and gets larger. So that's been a huge step for us, which has been wonderful. Dave and Marcy are absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
You have some new things coming to the showroom at this point, or is it you're waiting until spring?
You mean new product lines?
Yeah.
We got some new product lines earlier, like mid-year with the mailboxes, the lamp posts. We got some patio heaters.
That's our
like
newest item is the heaters.
This would be the newest
Nice.
item,
They
and that's
work
kind of
really well.
seasonal
Yeah.
more so. But right now we don't have anything in the pipeline. We of course, want to branch out into a little bit more furniture at some point soon.
Right.
But right now, we don't have anything in the pipeline to come into the showroom as far as new products.
And the majority of the merchandise that you're selling is domestically manufactured?
The majority of it, yes.
I see there's a real commitment towards quality,
Yeah.
as opposed to opening price point items that you can pick up, but you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
People don't always get that. I mean,
Yeah.
but your stuff is really top quality.
Yeah.
You can look at the way it's constructed, the weight.
Yeah.
I think I was in there the other day, and one of your associates was showing me you had these two lifeguard chairs with a wedged-in table.
Yeah.
And then she was showing me, you couldn't see the nails or the bolts.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing the way they're constructed
Yeah.
to last. And I hope people will come in and see that and appreciate it, because this is an investment. This is not just a transitory purchase.
Right. Yeah. And it's something that's going to be around for a very long time.
Right.
It really is. And a lot of the products that we have in the showroom, all the furniture, structures, play sets, fire pits, a lot of the things they're Amish made by the Amish up in Lancaster, where we're from. So,
Do you guys remember a company called Hunt Country Furniture in Pennsylvania?
I don't.
I don't believe so. no,
Because
doesn't ring a
it
bell.
was all made, and I still have it, and it's probably 40 years old now. You cannot, it's all with pegs, no nails,
Okay.
very few screws, beautiful bird cage headboards, and it's a bedroom set, but the dressers were just, and they have held up over 40 years, and they still look
That's
good.
amazing.
Hunt Country Furniture. I want to say they were in Amish country in Pennsylvania when I lived in Philadelphia, and so I started to buy the set, and then over a couple of years, I have the whole set. It's still my master bedroom set.
Yeah.
The quality lasts forever,
Yeah.
and it's going to outlive me, I think.
Yeah.
Tell me about the weekend after Christmas. Special promotions, any incentives going on?
Well, for the holiday sales for Black Friday through Christmas, we are doing a whole bunch of different specials. We have, I didn't bring that list with me, but we have I'm sorry, go ahead.
Probably one of the biggest things is we've got a couple play sets in the showroom,
Yep.
and we've had those for a bit now that we'd like to freshen up. So those will be discounting. So hopefully they'll go to some great families as Christmas gifts.
Right.
So we're really hoping to push those because they've got some new designs that they came out with as well. So we'd like to freshen that up. We'll have a sale on all of our in-stock furniture. And then they've got a couple lines that they're discontinuing. So of course we'll have a even larger sale on those items. We've also got rugs. Cast irons are a great add-on with the fire pits. We've really, as the years have gone on a little bit, we've been able to build ourselves up a little bit to where we have a good amount of inventory. So we've got a lot of things in stock ready to roll for all those, whether it's a last minute shopper. The only thing that we really don't have in stock is shade structures. I've got one beautiful pergola that's in stock ready to roll. But those are still more, there's so many ins and outs to those as far as sizing and color choices. So you really want to, order that and get what you really want. But we've got a lot of great items.
Yeah. You guys, you lead with your heart, and it shows. Your customer service is great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And, you make it easy for people. You have gift cards as well.
We do.
So people can come in over the holidays and honestly just get ahead of the supply curve, because it drives all of us crazy. And it's difficult to project how much inventory you need 3-4 months out. So if people are willing to work with you and wait 90 days, it makes it much easier. You can deliver on time, and and schedule your installs and go from there.
We're worth the wait.
Yeah, you really are. GREYFOX Outdoors on Morganton Road in Southern Pines, right off the intersection of Morganton and Bennett, right down the street from Bank of America, across from the baseball field.
Yep.
And you don't have huge signs out, so people have to. Maybe we should put a flag out there or something.
We tried. The town gives us a hard time.
They do.
We're
give you a
really
hard time.
restricted on what we can do out there. So you just got to have fun and, it's like a mystery. Where's GREYFOX Outdoor? We got to take a whole day and hunt for us.
Right. For a little more than 4 years into this, where do you see yourself another 3-4 years down the road? Where do you hope to be?
Well, we hope to be somewhere with a little bit more road frontage, somewhere where people can find us a little easier. That would be the biggest thing. Just maybe a bigger place. We can have more display out there for people to see, more in-stock items. Create that experience for the customer that they can come in and just kind of spend however long they want just walking around, seeing all the different types of displays.
Like you said, make it a real experience.
Yeah.
If you want to come by and stop for 10 minutes, great. But if you want to spend an hour and leisure around, bring your kids, play on the play sets.
Yeah.
We plan to have that acreage and also have some food and things like that, some other goodies. So, stay for lunch and hang out.
Somebody told me that you entered some chili in a chili cook-off. And that it was terrific. I don't know who did.
No, I didn't.
Somebody did. Somebody mentioned. They mentioned you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think it was one of the baristas at the coffee shop on the corner. But I think you had something in the chili cook-off. You were involved in it. No,
I don't think so.
No,
Maybe,
wrong Betty.
Maybe my mistake.
That's all right.
But I hope people come in and discover GREYFOX and now and getting ready for spring of 2023.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you guys could come. And I love your young associate. I'm glad you brought her.
Yeah. She was glad to come with us. Glad to be allowed to come. Right, Gabriella?
Bye, Gabriella. Thanks for coming and joining us.
Thank you.
Have a great Christmas season.
You too. Thank you for having us.
This is All Things Moore County. Have a great week. Thank you.